Hi, Joe. Sorry, it took me a minute to unmute there.
All good, Greg.
Just wanted to get a feel for, that last game was obviously one of the worst you've ever experienced. What is your feeling when you come away from that game? I mean, it looked many times like some of those shots were going to go down, and we just always expect that of you. How do you feel, when something like some crazy night like that happens?
Definitely in the immediate moment afterwards, you're frustrated, especially with the outcome of the game. But at the same time, let the dust settle a little bit. There was a lot of areas to be encouraged. A lot of the looks that I had were actually some of the best that I've had the entire series, where in terms of just being uncontested, clean looks where I'm able to get space. So, definitely one of those things that were certainly frustrated, difficult night, but it was kind of like that just on both sides, to be honest. It was one of those games where, the efficiency sort of went out the window, and it was a gritty, grinded out type of game. Definitely, wish I would have played better. But this is where we're at. And I think there's room, to be encouraged, though. Like I said, just a lot of clean looks where, it's like the whole goal for me as a shooter is just trying to find room and rhythm shots.
Blake Andrews, ESPN.
Hey, Joe. Kevin said after last game that he felt like you said, there was a lot of open shots that just didn't fall, but just because you guys are a good offensive team, you can't just bank on, the next night's going to be better just because. Do you agree with that assessment, or is there something in the film that was revealed about what could be the difference maker other than just the luck of the roll of the rim?
We definitely cannot bank on, just that our offense is always going to be there. I thought even though it wasn't, we still, gave ourselves a chance to win because the defense was sound and pretty solid for most of the night. But offensively, a lot of stuff that we need to clean up, areas where, we definitely got good looks. There was, good offensive action. We executed pretty well, and we got a lot of clean looks. But at the same time, we also had a lot of contested ones, tough ones that put ourselves in a bad spot. Defensively as well, where, they're kind of attacking us, putting us on our heels in transition, primarily early on in the game too. You can't come out and have the start that we did and then just try and climb out of that hole and expect to win a pivotal playoff game.
Thank you.
Ryan Lewis with the New York Post.
Hey, Joe. Twofold. For you personally, were those the looks that you wanted and you just didn't hit them? And if that's not the case, if those were not the looks you wanted, what do you need to do, or team-wide do you guys need to do to get cleaner looks? And secondly, just curious your vantage point and opinion of KD's bodyguard. It seemed a very emphatic separation between he and PJ. What did you make of that and all that's been made in the aftermath of that?
I thought that, again, pretty good looks for the most part, myself included. I think, I don't know if the stats are 100% accurate, but I'm pretty sure we had more uncontested looks last game than we did the first two games combined. So, it's just sort of one of those nights. We maybe got sped up a little bit, and myself individually, I think that's kind of what, looking back on it, just, trying to go into shots with a little bit more pace, being a little bit more decisive and not as reactionary, shooting the ball. And then all the stuff with Antoine. To be honest, I haven't. I was on the court, but everything happened really quickly, and I don't, follow a lot outside of it, so I couldn't really tell you what was happening there.
Christian Winfield with the Daily News.
Hey, Joe, got two for you. One, you obviously said that there were a lot of clean looks that you missed. So when you have one of these types of, cold games, do you change anything in between games? Do you do anything or do you stick to your normal routine? Do you deviate at all when you have a cold game? Does anything change for you in between?
No, nothing really, to be honest. It's just sort of like the ebbs and flows. It happens in the regular season too, where, you might have a game here or there where you're going to have an off shooting night, and I don't really change up a lot then. I think it's one of those things where, definitely you hope to be better the next game, and you hope to come out with more focus, and get some stuff to go early on, get the confidence going, get your rhythm back. But, I don't really change a ton in terms of like my routine or, what I do in terms of preparation.
Got it. And then just secondly, when you dig a 21-point hole in the first quarter and then you only end up losing by one possession, does that kind of give you guys confidence that, okay, well, as long as we don't dig ourselves a hole like that again, we should be fine moving forward?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's, kind of what we were touching on a little bit earlier, where it's really tough to win games when you dig yourself that type of hole early on, especially, it's a huge game, especially for Milwaukee's end. They kind of came out, punched us in the mouth, but I thought we handled it well. We were able to kind of settle in, find our bearings, not let it get blown out of proportion. And we climbed back into it. But again, you got to have a better start. So that's definitely a focal point going into tomorrow.
Last question, Tom Dowd, BrooklynNets.com.
Hey, Joe, to have held them to 86 points again and then have an offensive game that is such an aberration for you guys, does it feel like a little bit of a missed opportunity to have really kind of taken command of this series?
Definitely. I mean, like we said, those game threes, especially when you're up 2-0, the series might shift, but this is reality of the matter. We lost a tough one, I think all the focus and energy is not necessarily dwelling on what happened. We build on it, try and learn from it, analyze some of the film, but all the focus and attention is on Game 4 and trying to have a better night.
Thanks for your time, Joe.